Hello there, you're now watching TVS News at 5 with me, Douglas Elliott. Let's begin with our top story. The date for the upcoming 15th general election could be decided today, as 5 of UMNO top leaders would meet at World Trade Center in Kuala Lumpur tonight to decide on the dissolution of Parliament. The meeting tonight is a precursor to UMNO's monthly Supreme Council meeting tomorrow, where, among others, the party will discuss on current issues and party management. The final say, however, still falls under Prime Minister Datuk Seri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, though earlier he was reported as saying that he would accede to the wishes of the top leaders.
The top 5 leaders include UMNO President Datuk Seri Dr. Ahmad Zahid Hamidi, Deputy President Datuk Seri Muhammad Hassan, and 3 Vice Presidents Datuk Seri Muhammad Khalid Nordin, Datuk Seri Mazhir Khalid and Ismail Sabri himself. Citing online news portal, the Malaysian Inside G15 could be held as early as November. Additionally, the report stated that Parliament may be dissolved as early as October 12, days after Budget 2023 is tabled. Talk of an early dissolution picked up after Ismail Sabri, who returned from work trip last night, hinted on September 17th that a general election will be held soon, pending discussions with top UMNO leaders. Dewan Rakyat is set to reconvene on Monday with Budget 2023 scheduled for tabling on October 7th.
A replica fortress of the famed Iban warrior RENTAP will be built at its original site at Bukit Sadok in Betong. Costing 16 million ringgit, Deputy Premier Dato' Amar Douglas Ugah Embas said the replica will become the latest tourist attraction in the area.
Ugah added that the 16 million ringgit allocation has been approved by State's Premier Datuk Patinggi Tan Sri Abang Johari Tun Openg, and it is already in the designing stage. In addition to the replica building, the project also consists of the construction of a visitor centre, car park, including road upgrading works and trekking trails. Earlier today, Ugah, who is also Minister of Infrastructure and Ports Development, visited several project sites in Betong. Present with him include Political Secretary to the Premier of Sarawak, Dr. Richard Rapu, Public Work Department's JKR, Betong Division Engineer Oliver Ngabong Jimmy, and Spawah Sub-District Administrative Officer Lister Clement Gui.
With a week to go before the tabling of Budget 2023, Sarawak is hoping for a sizable allocation for the sustained development, especially in rural and suburban areas in the state.
Harapan saya lah dalam bajet yang akan datang ini lebih banyak lagi peruntukan keseluruhan peruntukan pembangunan kepada negeri Sarawak. Seperti yang kita tahu pada tahun 2022, bajet untuk tahun 2022 peruntukan sebanyak 4.6 bilion. Itu peruntukan pembangunan. Jadi kita harapkan pada kali ini kita mendapat lebih lagi lah, kalau dapat lebih daripada 5 bilion. Sebab kita masih lagi memerlukan banyak peruntukan untuk membangun negeri Sarawak.
The Tanjung Manis member of parliament noted that his parliamentary still lacks basic infrastructures such as clean water, road and network connectivity, which requires much funding from the government.
Jadi ini sangat-sangat diperlukan untuk kawasan Parlimen Tanjung Manis. Jadi saya harap dalam perbelanjaan ataupun dalam bajet 2023 yang akan datang ini lebih banyak lagi peruntukan untuk kawasan luar bandar di Sarawak, termasuk di kawasan Parlimen Tanjung Manis akan diperuntukkan oleh kerajaan pusat untuk ini. Sebab kita memang sangat-sangat memerlukan peruntukan ini.
Met at the Jualan Keluarga Malaysia at Kampung Belawai on Friday, he also hopes that the budget 2023 will be more people-centric to help ease the people's economic burden battered by the COVID-19 pandemic.
As COVID-19 restrictions ease, the wearing of face masks will become a new concern for travelers, as Malaysia Health Ministry announced on Wednesday that its use will no longer be mandatory on the planes. And although the mask policy is coming off, it is still common for people across the nation to don face masks in both indoor and outdoor settings for various reasons. Now, some people find it inconvenient to put them on and off again as they commute, while others continue to wear them to protect themselves and their loved ones. Certainly, many Sarawakians are having mixed feelings about the new ruling. Here's what Sarawakians have to say about the matter.
Kami happy lah. Kini tok kita dah perlu pakai mask dalam belon sebab berasa rimas. Kita kan jarak kita dengan orang sebelah kan terlalu dekat. So time kita makan pun kita perlu buka. Kayak apa guna kita nak pakai mask lah kini tok.
Kami rasa setuju apabila penggunaan mask tidak diperlukan dalam kapal terbang sebab kami rasa bila kita dah masuk fasa endemik tu kami rasa lebih selamat untuk menggunakan mask.
While some found joy in fitting in with the new norm, there are also those who are still hesitant to take off their face masks inside a plane.
Bagi kami setuju sebab even though dah kita pada era pandemik endemik ini, walaupun sudah diberi kelonggaran, kami still setuju untuk tidak menggunakan mask dalam flight sebab kita dalam flight ya sebab dalam flight adalah compressed air, so ia boleh memberi risiko kepada orang yang berisiko seperti warga emas dan kanak-kanak untuk dijangkiti melalui udara di dalam flight tersebut.
Face mask tu masih wajib dipakai lah sebab kami setuju mesti dipakai lagi sebab penyakit tu pun masih juga belum luasa, belum lagi totally conquer penyakit tu. And also pakai face mask tu bagi kami dah selesa dah macam kewajipan harian dah pergi tempat yang ramai orang apa semua. This is much more better lah tu pakai face mask tu.
Rasa setuju lah sebab kami rasa kita perlu cautious gila dengan penyakit-penyakit dari orang yang si kisahlah COVID lah mun flu pun ataupun general sickness pun boleh jadi punca juga mesti dipakai mask.
I love Mariah Carey. Kami nanggana, wow, she can hit that note. I want to try that. Banyak gila orang believe in you sometimes, tapi once you reach to a certain level baru tak nyamuk support. Boleh contribute dalam industri muzik tu, membuka mata especially kepada bangsa Bidayuh and Dayak and also Sarawakian.
Hai, kami Kiri Geres. Ibang lupa nangga kami di program Pemerintang Borneo di TVS saluran 122 Astro dan Maifu. Ngarong ko suku betul, man boos ko daw betul, mai ki tinggi aku.
Welcome back. Malaysia's real gross domestic product GDP is anticipated to grow by 5.1% year-on-year in 2022. In its latest Malaysian Economic Statistics Review, the Department of Statistics Malaysia (DOSM) said the July 2022 leading index showed optimistic economic performance in the coming months.
As for the external sector, the OSM said August 2022 export surged 48.2% to 141.3 billion ringgit, while import soared at 67.6% to 124.4 billion ringgit. The number of employed persons also grew 4.5% to 15.98 million in July 2022, while the unemployment rate stood at 3.7%. July 2022 Industrial Production Index was up to 12.5% year-on-year, with sales volume from the manufacturing sector at 148.4 billion ringgit, or a 23.8% jump versus a year ago. Wholesale and retail trade sector sales saw a strong 41% rise year-on-year to 130.7 billion ringgit in July 2022. The Consumer Price Index and Producer Price Index for August 2022 recorded a rise of 4.7% and 6.8% respectively against the same month a year ago.
Now, the Prime Minister, Dato' Sri Ismail Sabri Yaakob, kept true to his word by using the national language at the 77th session of the United Nations General Assembly in New York. According to the chairman of Dewan Bahasa Pustaka Board of Governors, Professor Dato' Sri Dr. Awang Sarian, the Prime Minister did not only uplift the Malay language at ASEAN level, but also at the United Nations General Assembly, the world's largest diplomatic convention.
It was the first time a Malaysian leader delivered a speech in the Malay language concerning various international topics such as climate change, food security, and conflicts in Ukraine, Myanmar, and Palestine. Awang Sarian also said that while English is important, but the native language is far more important as it shows our identity and it is our pride. Selangor Youth Council President Dato' Muhammad Imran Thamrin said the Prime Minister made a very clear message and brought a Malaysian identity to the world stage. Imran Thamrin also expressed his appreciation to Ismail Sabri by consistently voicing out on the Palestinian issues and the Palestine-Israeli conflict. In the past, Bahasa Melayu was recognized around the world, and history has proved that the language was widely accepted as a lingua franca by Spain, Portugal, England, Netherlands, Persia, Arab, and India.
The UK Royal Mint on Thursday unveiled the official coin portrait of Britain's new King Charles. The first coins to bear the King's portrait are a special £5 crown and the reverse of a 50p coin commemorating the life of Queen Elizabeth II.
The effigy was created by British sculptor Martin Jennings and was personally approved by the new king. In keeping with tradition, the portrait of Charles faces in the opposite direction of that of his mother.
It's a very significant moment for us at the Royal Mint and for the British public as a whole, because what we're seeing is the first official portrait of King Charles, and in addition to that, we're also marking the service and dedication of Queen Elizabeth II over her many years on the throne.
The reverse of the £5 coin features two new portraits of Queen Elizabeth, while the reverse of the 50p coin features a design that originally appeared on the 1953 coronation crown. The image of Charles will begin to appear on coins in circulation and on commemorative pieces in the coming months. All of the approximately 27 billion coins currently circulating in the UK bearing the portrait of Queen Elizabeth will remain legal tender and will be replaced by coins bearing the image of Charles over time.
See the world closer with TVS as we bring you the latest news update, both locally and internationally, just a click away by heading on to our official website at tvstv.my or follow us on our social media. And that's the quarter-hour update on News at 5. I'm Douglas Elliott. Thank you for watching.